The set menu, let's go through this. You're going to go ahead and touch the Ruby menu and go into the one that has the tools picture. The set menu will have a variety of different toolbar options. Let's go ahead and go to the first one. Stitch settings. Now this will be a little bit more complex where we can balance the stitch. Right now we have a straight stitch selected, so it's not as obvious. Let's go ahead and do like a honeycomb stitch is what I'm looking for. There we go, 27. And then when we go to the set menu and take a look, what we can actually do is balance this stitch. Have you ever had it where the stitches, when you do forward and reverse, don't always come together? This is where you're going to change them. You can change them front to back or side to side. You can also change the pressure manually at the stitch settings screen and be able to get it to be just right. Remember, anytime your numbers turn red, that has been changed for that stitch. All right, let's go ahead and go to sewing settings. First one, twin needle. If you were to add a twin needle to this machine, come to the sewing settings area and tell the machine what size of twin needle you're using. Let's go ahead and go out of this, and you're going to notice that your stitches will all be doubled. Look how cool that is. Look, all be doubled based on that twin needle. So you can actually see what you're going to get before you actually sew. This is one of my favorites, is actually a gathering stitch done with a twin needle because it looks like, it's just fun. It's a whole other decorative stitch. And when you're done, when you turn off the machine and turn it back on, it will actually come up with a little message. By the way, you have the twin needle setting still selected. So to turn it off, you must manually come in, touch twin needle, and come down to the bottom and check the off button. Stitch with safety. Stitch with safety is when you put a straight stitch throat plate on, it will narrow all your stitches. And that is, a straight stitch throat plate is great for when you're doing piecing. It's good so your fabric gets a nice accurate stitch. You can also use it with embroidery because your needle's also going in that center needle position. You get a wonderful option. Just keep in mind, if that goes on and you go to a stitch that goes side to side, you will not get that side to side, and it will come up with a message that you have that safety on in the set menu and remind you to go turn that off should you not be needing that anymore. Okay, so we'll leave that off. Selective Thread Cutter Auto, that allows it to automatically cut the thread when it's pre-programmed. Like at the end of a buttonhole, this machine is set to cut. After locking it, it will cut, lift the foot up. So leave that on unless you absolutely don't want it on at a certain time, but let the machine do all the work for you. Automatic jump stitch trim, this will be for embroidery where it'll trim in between as it jumps from one area to the next. Beautiful. Sensor presser foot lift, that's the automatic lift that Husqvarna Viking is known for, and that's awesome. Fix auto, that means every time you use the cutter that the fix will come on, so that's wonderful. Feed teeth options, you can actually automatically, or go in and say I want them up or down, or if you leave it at auto, it will automatically change that as you go from stitches that need it down and back to when it needs it back up. So that's great. The next one is actually machine settings. Leave the language at English if that is your language. You can put your name in here, owner's name, and you can put in your name. That's always nice. The timer is one you can reset. So this is not global timer because you could set it for a project that will allow you to kind of gauge how long it took you to sew it. And then when you're done, you can push timer again and it will reset back to 0. Hoop selection, this would be where you can actually tell the machine which embroidery hoops you own. So the gigantic list of hoops don't keep coming up. It will only come up with the hoops that you have at your fingertips. Smart Save Auto, here's something that I know that when you get the machine, this is not on. You need to go ahead and come in here and check it on. That way when you are stopping in the middle of an embroidery pattern, this will save it automatically right where you left off. Or if you had a power outage, bingo, saves it right where it last stitched. So go ahead and get that turned on immediately when you get your new machine. Thread manufacturer, this would be how you want your threads to come up in the embroidery. Robison Anton or Sulky are your options. Tension portioning and compensation, where you can go in and adjust these should you want to do it more on a global basis. So you don't have to do it from stitch to stitch. Sensor Q for embroidery, that is going to be on because that is the foot that we recommend. That's the white one that comes with it. And the deluxe stitch system also on here. All right. The beeps, if you like it to beep along with you, you can set this or change it. So if you want it to click or knock, chirp, or zap, or you don't want the clicks, you can go ahead and turn that off. So you can set that for the way you like it to be. Certain things will come up with multiple beeps for different things. There's a flute, honk. Those are kind of cool. I usually just leave it at the 3 beeps. That's the default setting. But that's when a little message comes up, like when you run out of bobbin. Embroidery finished, you've got a different sound that you can set up. That's the best sound ever, because that means my embroidery is done. Audio repeat. I'm actually not sure what that one is. I'll have to double check. And then volume. If you want to turn it down, you don't want it so loud. So you have that choice. All right. And the last one is screen settings. For any time that you have it where when you touch an area that it doesn't actually activate, what you want to do is adjust the touch screen. And what we're going to do, since I touch it, you have to go through the calibration. And you have to be very careful. Don't touch the screen, but make sure that you use a stylus and you get right in the center of each of these little pluses. I'm kind of holding my hand nice and steady, and that will make sure that your screens will get readjusted and makes a difference. Lock screen, so you can set that on, and also the screensaver, you can have that be on or off. So you'll notice if you don't use it, your screen kind of goes a little bit and has that pretty picture that comes up. So you can go ahead and see what that is. I'm going to quick look up that last one I did not know, and I'll come back and tell you what that is. It's nice they put extra things in here. That audio repeat is a signal that will come up, and if the message is there, it will kind of repeat that pop-up message until you actually cancel it out. So if you want to have that kind of keep coming up, you can go ahead and engage it. I haven't had that on, so that's why I haven't actually seen it. So not a big deal, but if you'd like to have it, go ahead and check the box.